This call is now
Awesome. Well, thank you, Norris, for meeting with me this morning.
My pleasure, my
It
pleasure.
is for our readers that are viewing this. Of course, we launch the newsletter on the 7th of every month. So you guys will probably be watching this on Tuesday. But this morning is Saturday, July 4th. So Norris agreed to meet with me. And I was laughing the other day, well, yesterday, when we decided that we were going to meet this morning, because we met last year on 4th of
And
July morning.
right,
uh,
right, right.
last year when we were celebrating you being our number one driver, and we had our little interview. And I want to say you may have been like the first driver that I ever interviewed for being number one in the company. So
Right,
we don't do it every month for our newsletter, but occasionally, when we're kind of stuck on finding topics to write about, I always love
right.
to ask the number one driver if they would like to be showcased. So this is the second time we get to showcase Mr. Gordon, and we're just so excited because obviously you got number one last June 2025.
Right.
And if I pull up your numbers, um, you and that was actually when I first started tracking our number one driver. But you got number one again in October
Right.
2025 as well. So this is our third time that we're celebrating being the top driver in the company. So great
Right.
job,
Thank you,
Norris.
thank you, thank you.
We know that you work hard. But regardless if you're number one or not, I mean, consistently across the board, you're always in our top five drivers. Not a month goes by that we don't recognize the hustle that you put in and day out. So
Right.
thanks. Thanks for all you do, the work that you do, not only for us, but for our brokers. You stay under
Right.
the radar, which is really good. We never have an issue with you. You're always on time, always getting the job done. And that just speaks volumes. And I know that our brokers and their customers really appreciate it.
Right. Right.
So for all you brokers out there that are working with us and watching this video right now, when you see his name, please, honor the work that he does, because he really is great at what he does, a true professional.
Right, 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 right. And thank you guys for noticing that though. For real. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. I think it's so important. I say all the time, drivers are the backbone of the industry, and I know when we were drivers, we always felt unnoticed. Just another
Right,
number out there,
right,
and
right, right.
that was important for us when we created Hipix Logistics. We wanted our drivers to be seen
And
and be
I
recognized.
and I really do appreciate that. I don't really feel like I'm just a unit number working with you guys, being honest. It's amazing. It's amazing journey being on board with Epic stuff. I ain't gonna
Thank
lie to you. Right.
Thank you. Well, we definitely appreciate it. So,
Right.
as I kind of prompted you before we hopped on this call, the topic of the newsletter this year or this month is summer. Um,
Right.
it is not only fun in the sun. I know. I guess just a little bit. I asked Norris what he was doing today for 4th of July. And I don't know, Norris, if you want to share your plans to celebrate our favorite summer holiday.
Right, right. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So for the weekend, I'm planning on doing some jet ski, with some friends.
Yeah. And I asked Norris, I was like, oh, were you planning on going jet skiing with your friends today? And he was like, no, the loads just brought me here to see my friends. And I just love that. I I miss being on the road, but yeah, you never know where you're going to go, where the loads are going to take you, who you're going to see. And so I love that divine intervention brought you there with your friends today to
Right,
celebrate
right.
4th of July going jet skiing. So,
Of course.
um, so summer is fun, but it's also difficult too because the heat. So I've been having this series on, I started doing this Tip Tuesday on LinkedIn on how to manage the heat as a driver and giving tips along the way, not having your van overheat
Right.
and staying hydrated, things like that. So what would you say? How do you manage the heat as a driver? Of course, every state feels different. I also read that like Idaho was getting hit with a snowstorm. Um,
Whoa.
yeah, I was like, what? 4th of July weekend and there's snow in America?
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but
yeah.
um, how do you when it comes to the heat, like how hydration, let's talk about hydration. Um, how do you manage hydration? Is that an issue for you?
No, it's not an issue for me. So I keep myself hydrated by drinking water, and sometimes I use like Gatorade and stuff. But I think the main issue is to be chilling whenever you're not getting a load. What I do whenever I'm bidding, I don't try to stay in the truck. I just try to find like a Planet Fitness, work out while I'm bidding. So at that point, I'm not in the truck sweating and stuff like that. So Planet Fitness is one of the best investment that I made since I'm over the road, because it keeps me occupied and keeps me healthy while doing over the road and not getting the best of food to eat.
Yeah.
So yeah, so Planet Fitness, I use it whenever, like, for instance, if I get a late load, I'm in there chilling instead of just chilling in the van and, not getting a load, or just chilling in the van, just sitting in the eat. Right,
Yeah.
right,
And I don't know, I don't travel like I used to being a driver,
right.
but so I don't know how the rest of the Planet Fitnesses are across America right now. But with my local Planet Fitness, where I have a membership at, if you have the Black Card, they just upgraded some of the amenities in there. They added
Yes,
a
yes, they got a
a
sauna. They
sauna
got,
and a cold plunge, a dry cold plunge. I have not
yeah,
done it yet. Joe has.
right,
He loves it. I don't like to be cold, even though I know it's good health benefits for your body. I
right,
tried the sauna, and the sauna was incredible.
right,
Um,
right, right.
have you done it yet?
Yeah, I tried it, but it was in the winter though.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So
It's amazing.
So that those are some really cool features. And we tell all of our drivers, yeah, I mean, if you want to save money on like showers instead of going to truck stops, get that Planet Fitness card and get a shower at your local Planet Fitness.
Right,
It's so
definitely,
nice. And
definitely.
you get your workout in. I can tell
Right,
because you look so fit, which again
right,
is so important as a driver when you're sitting to have
definitely.
that circulation. So I
Right,
love it.
right. Definitely.
Um, so let's talk about food. What happens when it comes to food? Do you have a mini fridge or like how do you keep food fresh?
Currently I don't got a mini fridge. But what I do, I normally just get like a day, I would say 2 to 3 days worth of what do you call it? Fruits. So I eat the fruits in the morning, and then like in the afternoon I would get like a Chipotle or a Panda Express. Yes,
Nice.
I kind of keep it a little bit simple.
Good. Yeah.
Right,
I know being a driver, we we used to just eat fast food all the time. And we had a mini fridge and we would,
right,
make some salads occasionally, but that just takes time, pulling over, having to prepare
right,
the food.
right.
So when you're in, pick up now, deliver direct, sometimes it's can be
Yes,
difficult.
yeah,
But
it's gonna be difficult, definitely.
okay. So I love getting fruits, so important, and picking out some good healthy options along the way. So what about the vehicle itself? Have you noticed the heat affecting your vehicle in any way?
Not necessarily. Only I would say only the AC. After a while, whenever it's blowing for a while, it will normally drip, so that I'm not getting that much heat. But otherwise, it's solid. The Fords, they're pretty solid.
Yeah.
Depends on,
When
yeah, yeah,
you have a sleeper in your vehicle, right? You're
yeah, yeah. I got a sleeper. Yeah,
Yeah, and I love that. I tell all new drivers, do not spend your money on hotels. Build a sleeper in your van. I know
right.
some brokers and customers don't like that because, they could be very peculiar if you have a bed. So we always say have a curtain divider to separate your personal area from
Well,
the cargo.
right.
Um, but it's just so much better as an OTR driver to have that.
Definitely. Definitely. But for me though, I don't got the sleeper in the back. I got it like in the front. So I got a
Oh,
certain, yeah, 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 yeah. Because I like to be around like the control heat system. Like for instance, in the winter, I can just turn on the truck whenever it's getting too cold, or in the summer, I can just turn it on whenever it's getting too hot. So
yeah. I
yeah,
was
yeah.
going to ask you, do you sleep like, windows down, AC on? How do you manage the heat when you're sleeping?
Yeah, so I got a fan that I
Okay.
purchased. Yeah, so if it's too hot, I got the fan running. So because with the Ford, I got a like a timer. I think like every 15 to 20 minutes after reset it, so the system can turn on back the current. But it's not that bad right now because I mostly stay in the Midwest. So in the nights, the heat is not that bad, but
But
in the day, it's kind of crazy.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And I mean, on the flip side too, in the dead of winter, I know it can get
Right,
very frigid too.
right,
So,
definitely.
yeah, I mean, those tips are very valuable, especially for all the new drivers coming into the industry,
Right,
understanding, the sleeping methods, how to
right,
do it successfully and save money. Uh,
definitely.
all right. So my last question has nothing to do with with summer heat, but thank you for all of that advice.
Right,
But I am curious because when I'm onboarding new drivers in the industry and I'm educating them on the bidding process, for a
right,
lot of new drivers coming in, the whole bidding process, it can be very, very nerve wracking. And
right,
especially being in a high volume area like maybe Chicago or Atlanta, somewhere like that, where you just have so many loads coming your way.
right,
And it's easy to be trigger happy, you want to bid on everything.
right,
Obviously, we have the 15-minute window that you have to wait, which really affects people from bidding. And I know as a past driver, it always kind of sucks when you bid on a load and then you see a better load that pops
right.
up like right
Oh my
after
God!
that.
Right, right, right,
And
right,
you're
right.
like, oh, shoot. So, how do you decide when it's worth bidding on a load or waiting for a better load? Um,
All
you
right,
know,
being honest, what I do, I target a certain type of areas though. I don't really target only one state. I target a certain type of area that I know that okay, tomorrow is gonna be a high possibility to get rolling again. So I don't bid because okay, I need a load for today. If I have to sit for today to know that okay, I can be in control of my week because like sometimes you can take a load going to an area and that messed up your old week. So I target a certain type of area so I can be as consistent as possible. Yeah. So if I'm in an area and the loads that's coming up is not sending me to the direction that I want to go, I rather sit a day than take a load emotionally, go to a state that's gonna set me back for a couple of days or even a week.
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, yeah, I mean, that's some really great advice. And I also, before we wrap it up, I also just kind of want to share your numbers because I think that's important too for drivers to understand what it takes to be successful. But
Right.
you closed out June with 11,214 miles. So that's a lot of miles. Let me look at my past report. That's been the highest since a driver hit just like 11,500 in November.
Wow.
So this is huge success. The biggest success that we've seen in the last 6 months, 7 months,
Wow.
whatever that may be. And I also want to congratulate you too for having a higher price per mile. Last time
Thank you
when
so
we
much.
sell it, yeah, last time you got last October, your average rate was 93 cents. And of course, we saw with the gas prices going up, now you're averaging over $1 a mile. And we have successfully been able to keep our drivers over $1 a mile on average since January. So that's been a huge win on the back end for our drivers, is that those rates have gone
Definitely.
up. So I love to see that the money is coming in, and you're running successfully. So any final
Definitely.
any final comments that you want to say on your end before we wrap it up and go enjoy our 4th of July?
Yeah, being honest, yeah, that's what I said. Last year, I really do appreciate you guys. I appreciate the way that you guys see drivers and see all the work that drivers put in, because it's a lot of sacrifice that we're making, and it's amazing to have a team that show appreciation. That goes a long way. That keep us going and want to do better. Being honest, so. I appreciate you guys always, and looking forward to do greater stuff with Epics in the future for sure.
Absolutely, Norris. You know that we
Right,
adore you here, and thank you again for
right,
all your hard work. I'm so happy that we could be able to showcase you and recognize you. So,
right.
much
Definitely.
love to you and your
Much,
your friends today, and go enjoy
much
the
love to
holiday.
you too. Of course.
And
Thank you so much, Diana.
we'll see you back in again on Monday. All right.
Monday, of course. Enjoy it on the weekend as well.
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye bye.